everyone. In this particular revision module, I am going to take the new poem that is Aunt Jennifer's Tiger by Adrienne Rich. Dear students, we have already taken this poem, but once again I am going to discuss the key ideas as well as important questions and explanation of this poem. I hope this particular video will be useful to you. My only urge to all the students is to please make down the notes and write down all the important points in your notebook so that you can revise during your examination time. As far as this poem is concerned, two important things. One is the title, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, and second is the message which the poet has given in this poem. So, first of all, any poem has an important character. Second thing, a theme. And third thing, we have to do the critical appreciation of the language. So, Adrienne Rich, an American poet, she is a feminist and a radical poet. She told us, the readers, about the staunch feminism that actually also mirrors in her poems. She has discussing the constraints of marriage life as well as the importance of women identity. Okay, so both the things are very much visible in the poem. When we read it, we have to develop our own perspective and write the answers in a very beautiful manner that actually helps the key point to come out from your answers. So I told you about the Adrienne Rich, that she is an American essayist and a radical poet. She is talking about the militaricism that is there in the women's life, and lot of disturbance and agony and pressure has been created on her because of the patriarchal society. So the main character, who is actually reflected in the title also, Aunt Jennifer. So she is the one who is the victim. She is victimized because of the powerful patriarchal society, the norms, the obligations, the restrictions that are made or imposed on her. So she is actually in a very puzzled state, in a very fearsome state. And in her real life, in the reality, she is actually obsessed, suppressed because of that. But through her art, she actually, tries to mirror out, tries to, you know, show her real emotions, revolutionary ideas against the patriarchal dominant society who actually dominates the women. So in her own life, she faces lot of constraints, but she cannot able to revolt, and probably she is dead. But through her art, through her drawing, through the piece of embroidery where she actually creates beautiful, bright topaz like tigers who are walking elegantly, who are walking confidently, who are walking passionately, prancing out of the panel. She actually projects her own feelings, and she has the deepened sadness that is buried somewhere in her heart that she couldn't able to revolt. But through her poem, through her art, through her piece of art, she did all those things. Revolutionary ideas are projected, and here she gave the voice to all that women who are suffering. So at the end, this poem becomes little optimistic and affirmative that my tigers will always be there, though I am not there to raise my voice. But my tigers will be symbolically, giving the strength to all the sufferers, all the victimizers who are actually buried because of the burdensome patriarchal society. So I hope you got the idea. Now see the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen. Okay, so she's making the tigers who are coming out of the screen, jumping out of the screen, bright topaz dinges of the world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree. Now, see this man. This man is actually probably the husband of Aunt Jennifer, who is very watchful, minutely, you know, making her, making his all eye, his eyes are on her moves, every moves, and this man standing under the tree, watching her movements. They pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. So this majestic and fearless tigers are presented in the panel. They are the sharp contrast to Aunt Jennifer's own image, who is bound by the constraints of married life. So here it's very important point come up here, that there is a sharp contrast between Aunt Jennifer's own life and these tigers whom he is making, whom she is making or creating in the panel. Now they are free inhabitants of a green forest and are not scared of any of the men who are actually watchful on their action. Likewise, Aunt Jennifer also wants to, walk so elegantly and confidently with vigor and force, with all the valor she wants to show. Chivalry, she uses this word that actually means brave and honor. Okay, so with bravery and honor, she wants to walk away. And she wants to come out from those obligations and marginalized life that she is actually into. So very nicely portraying the symbolical references here. The poet wants to tell that I am buried into the constraints of married life, but my tigers, who are symbolical to freedom, who are symbolical to vigor, bravery, and honor, they will definitely jump one day out of this prance, they will prance out of the screen, and will raise their voice or revolt against the patriarchal society. Okay, now